I said, yo, what's up, everybody? I'm Amara. This is Amara's Logic. Got a new video for you today. Green Bay Packers trades, rumors, and news. Before we get into it, you know the spiel. Comment, like, subscribe, and share this electrifying content with the people. Shout out to Packer Nation, friends and family. What's up with y'all? Y'all know we're here to talk about what's going on in Brazil right now between the Green Bay Packers and the Eagles. Damn it, we shouldn't be losing this game. Penalties are killing us today. We can talk about the missed field goal opportunities in the red zone, all of that. But at the end of the day, penalties are what ruined this game today. Damn, man, the penalties. We should have easily won this game. Yes, the missed field goal didn't help, but it's the penalties, man, the mental mistakes. We shouldn't have lost this game, man. Packers are losing 29-31 in a shootout. Jordan Love with the regular performance, 16 of 33 from the field, 227, two touchdowns, one pick. I will say, in everyone's defense, the field was absolutely atrocious tonight. Absolutely terrible, the field. There was no one could get their footing. It was just terrible. And I think that did affect the game as well. But man, the mental mistakes, the penalties, Jesus Christ. What were y'all doing out there? I know Jair had a pick, but he was getting treated out there by AJ Brown as well. Ah, man. This should we shouldn't be losing this game. We just shouldn't be losing this game. Jacobs with a solid performance, 15 of 80, most of his damage done in the second half. I really like Emmanuel Wilson. I think they're a great 1-2 punch, and I could definitely see Emmanuel Wilson being our future number one back. Jalen Reed, number 11, is very dynamic and explosive. Scoring from a run and from passing, like dude is extremely explosive. Dobbs looked good today. The offense was just, I think it's just because it's the first game, just trying to get their footing together. Even with that being said, we scored 29 points. I do think we'll be a lot better the second game. We're playing overseas. It's just a lot going on. You know what I'm saying? So, but the mental mistakes is what truly lost this game, y'all. The mental mistakes. Yep, 9 points in the red zone as well. Sandra not scoring in the red zone early came back to bite us. We got two turnovers early, a interception, and a fumble from Jalen Hurts, and we could only convert those two turnovers into 6 points, and that was another big. That was reason number two that we lost this game. That was reason number two. The penalties to me are just they were penalties at the worst time, extending drives for the Eagles. Just the penalties to me they just really stick out. Saquon Barkley went off on us. He had 109 yards rushing, two touchdowns, and he had a receiving touchdown. There was a great route. AJ Brown went off on us. Devontae Smith had 84 yards. Our defense, even though it doesn't look like it, it did play well. It played better than under the regime of Joe Barry, in my opinion, on the positive side. The defense looked better than it's looked in the last few years. And you got to understand, we're going against a team that with championship aspirations as well in the Philadelphia Eagles that did start off the season like 10-0 last year. So it's not like we're losing against some punks. But the problem is that we did not play high IQ football today. And then that interception that Love threw on our side of the field and put them right in position to score, that was back breaking as well. Again, this is game one. We're playing in Brazil. Let's take this with a grain of salt. We do see that our team is explosive. We can score quickly. I think we just need some time to get everything together and to gel. But I'm not super concerned. I'm just mad that we did not need to lose this game. Y'all know what I'm saying? This was not a game that we should have lost. We had control. We just didn't punch it in when we needed to. I mean, that's just what it is. Unfortunately. Damn, man. It's just an unnecessary loss, man. Just unnecessary. How y'all doing, man? I know it's late. We'll try not to be on here too long, but we definitely got a politic, friends and family. Salute to y'all. Let me see who's in the chat. I see Patricia P here out the side of my eye. What's good, Patricia P? I see Sandra Stevens said, "Oh, Mr. 414 in the building. What's good, y'all?" My homie Jackson McDermott in the building. Mr. Cole in the building. Robert Brooks in the building. Eric Payne, what's goody? Brandon King Carter in the building. What's good, bro? AB, what's good, fam? Mia Kim, what's good? Humble One, what's good? Daniel Orton, aka Bleach Report, boss in the building, what's good? Jeff Riley, OC, Janet MOC in the building. Patricia P said we'll bounce back as the first game. Yeah, yeah. I know we'll bounce back. I'm just saying this is not a game we should have lost. We left too many plays out on the field. Not converting in the red zone. Penalties to extend drives for the Philadelphia Eagles. We made too many mistakes today. We made too many mistakes. That's why we lost. Philadelphia isn't better than us. We just made too many mistakes, in my opinion, y'all. That's just what it is. And we also had problems stopping the run. And we couldn't stop Jalen Hurts late running. But I think that's just from the defense being on the field a long amount of time. So I'm not too concerned. I think going against them, no, we're going blow for blow with a team with championship aspirations. Let me know where we stand. We were just a couple plays from winning this game. They're not like better than us or anything. We just didn't execute well today. And again, it's game one. But I'm not concerned about the Packers one bit. Like I said, my goal for them was 11-6. I'll be cool with 11-6. Y'all let me know what y'all think in the comment section. Speaking of which, let's get into some of these comments. See what Packers Nation friends and family talking about. Salute, salute, friends and family. Damn, man, we shouldn't have lost this game to these cowards. They're not better than us. I promise y'all, they're not better than us, y'all. They are not better than us. Sandra Stevenson, Packers penalties are hurting them. They should be up 2 touchdowns. That's it. That's what I'm saying. As much as we talking about everything else, the penalties were some back-breaking penalties in this game. Back-breaking. Jackson McDermott was good, said, yeah, but it's not like we have 82 games like the NBA. We only have 17. We need to win as much as we can. I agree. But you're playing another quality team. Like, this isn't like a chump. This is Philadelphia is a team that thinks they can win a championship as well. And we went blow for blow with this team. And we didn't play well. We didn't play well. So I expect a bounce back performance from us next week. And we'll see Philadelphia again. We will see you again, and we'll show you why the G stands for greatness. We will see you again. Brandon King Carter said, take it one game at a time. That's it. We just got to learn from this, and we need to execute and make sure we're not making the mental mistakes. Also, take advantage of turnovers. Instead of converting them into field goals, you need to convert them into touchdowns. This field goal, damn, that missed field goal hurt us, though, too late. It puts the game in a much different predicament. Damn, man. 29-34, y'all. 22 seconds left. I guess you can hope for a miracle. The homie Eric Payne in the building said, come on, defense. We have something to clean up. Let's go. Hey, the defense, considering everything, I think the defense played pretty well. And I do like our new defensive coordinator, Halfley. I'll say that. Again, we're going against a high-octane offense. This is an offense that's stacked. They got Saquon Barkley, A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith, Goddard. They have a team just like we got a squad. So it's blow for blow. We bombing on them, they bombing on us. Hey, we just made too many mental mistakes today. That's it. Jalen Reed is a beast, bro. Jalen Reed is a beast. Is he our number one receiver? Damn, running wide open. We need a touchdown though, y'all. We need a touchdown. Let me get to my boy Robert Brooks. Said the game is fired, though the field is horrible conditions, players slipping and sliding all game. Halftime, we need to change into longer spikes and we'll clean up a lot of play. Yeah, they should have addressed that before the game started, the whole cleat situation. That should have been addressed before the game started, to keep it real. They should have been out there in the field experiment. I would have been. I don't know what they was thinking about. I definitely don't know what they were thinking about. That was a big issue too. I saw, Sandra. We weren't tackling well today at all. That was another problem we had, was tackling. I definitely agree with that. But man, Jalen Reed, was he not an impact player today? Mia Kim said defense sleeping out there. Offense is literally holding it down. Now defense not slipping. They're going against another great offense, man. Like, hey, Philly's no joke. They got a lot of movement at the line. You got to pay attention to Saquon running. You got to pay attention to Jalen Hurts running. A.J. Brown or Devontae Smith are both one receivers. I mean, they're explosive. And I think our defense, considering, played all right. All I'm saying, humble one, that was a big problem right there. Penalties, penalties. Jeff Riley, shout out to the OC, said, I said, yo, good effort, but we lost. Yeah, effort was just not executing when we needed to, bro. It's just not executing. That's it. Mental mistakes. Bleach Report boss said this game is over. Absolutely. If you haven't already, please hit the like button as you come in here to help other people find the content. Much appreciated. That's all I've been saying, bro. We could talk about missed field goals, all of that, Mr. 414. At the end of the day, we lost due to mental mistakes and penalties. That's it. We clean that up. If we have half of the penalties today that we got called for, we win this game. Just on the strength of not having the penalties. Good point, Sandra. 9 points in the red zone, missed field goal, +2 on the turnovers. The Packers beat themselves. Yeah, absolutely. Patricia P said a couple of bogus calls, though, especially that holding call against JA. That was costly. Yeah, I agree. But it is what it is, though. I mean, we also made a lot of mistakes. But yeah, that was there were a couple of questionable calls. Janet MOC squad. What up, Janet MOC? What's good? Yeah, this turf is terrible. I agree. Mr. 414 said they have a lot to clean up. So many missed opportunities to put this game away. Absolutely. When you're playing a team like Philly, you gotta put them away early. Early. Humble one. We beat ourselves tonight. I agree. I think Love is cramping. He wasn't hurt. I think he was just cramping. That was it. See this last play. Oh. Hey, congrats to the Eagles. They got a good win. I don't know what else to say. They got a good win. We beat ourselves. A lot of penalties, a lot of mistakes, but we'll bounce back. What up, AB? I think it's just cramping, Patricia P. I really think it's just cramping. I think he'll be fine. Damn, this is a tough loss. Oof. Packers lose 29-34 officially. We had opportunities to put this game away. We didn't take advantage. You can't do that against quality teams. We had 10 penalties for 71 yards. And we won the turnover battle. They had 3 turnovers to our 1. We just couldn't punch it in the end zone. We just couldn't do it. Very unfortunate. But I do think the Packers are bounce back. We will bounce back. This was just an opening test. But again, we'll see the Eagles again. This is a playoff team. This could be a playoff matchup. This could actually be a preview of the NFC Championship game, to keep it real. Both of these teams are very capable of being an NFC Championship. Let me know what y'all think. The Eagles were 10-1 last year before their meltdown. We lost to a top 10 team. We should have won this game. That's what I'm saying. This ain't nothing to be ashamed of. We played bad. We lost this game. We beat ourselves. They didn't beat us. It was not like, oh, they were just so much better than us. We were just happy to compete. No, we lost this game strictly due to just mental mistakes. Low IQ football is why we lost this game. I don't come in here talking about no field goals or none of that. None of that would have mattered if we were not making mental mistakes. I know we didn't score in the red zone, the 9 points. With all that being said, look at those penalties and when those penalties happen and what those penalties, the end result was. Extending plays that led to touchdowns. That was the difference. Or hampering our offense with stupid plays. Two people going in motion at the same time. What are you doing? If you already see him in motion, what are you doing? Hurts Hurts is okay, but his athleticism makes him dynamic. What up, Dr. Smith? Salute to the chat. What up? What up? I've been saying this since we got on here, Dr. Smith. I don't want to hear nothing about none of the plays or none of that. Penalties lost this game. I'm gonna keep emphasizing this. We are not, they're not better than us. We are better than them. We just didn't execute when we needed to, and we played low IQ football, period. And tackling. You're right. Terrence Hughes said penalties and missed tackles. That's true. That's true. Missed tackles definitely were a factor. Jeff Riley said this was our game we gave away. No lies detected. We definitely gave this game away. Facts. Veggie Growth said maybe we should have played more in the preseason. No, man, because you don't want to risk those injuries. It is what it is. But what we do know is we got a good 1-2 punch now at running back. We know Wilson is solid, and we know Josh Jacobs isn't washed, especially for what he was doing in the second half. We're going to be explosive this year. We're going to be very explosive offensively. We're dynamic. I know it wasn't just that, Dr. Smith. I'm about to put the link in the chat. I'm just saying that was a huge problem was penalties today. At the wrong times we were getting penalties and tackling. We definitely missed tackles, but a lot of that I want to blame on the field. A lot of that I want to blame on the field. Link in the chat. What up, my homie Durante McDaniel? What's good, bro? Penalties, yeah, bro. We beat ourselves. Like I said, it was low IQ football out there. That's why we lost. Ain't no other reason. Low IQ. Tap in the Bleach Report boss, the VP. What's good, bro? He did a great job tonight, man. I was excited. Man. Hey, you got to turn whatever is out in the background. I won't get no copyright, bro.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
Better?
Yeah.
Man.
Hold on, let me tap in. Y'all see it. Y'all see the gentleman in the building, bottom right. We got Dr. Smith, one of the legends of the chat. We got to the left the Bleach Report boss. What's going on, gentlemen?
Man.
We beat ourselves. The Eagles aren't better than us. They're
No,
not,
not
better than us. We just didn't execute when we needed to. If that's in the red zone, low IQ and tackling also, I think were big problems. I don't want to blame everything on the kicker. That's all I just want to say off the right. I don't want to blame the kicker.
No, but that's how missed field goals work, though, right? It's never just, right. It's never just the field goal, but it's a part of it.
Right.
Certainly, a part of it is 43 yards. Don't get me wrong. I'm not gonna single him out because there's enough riot act to go around, right?
Right.
But 43 yards,
What up, Dre
you can't
West?
make that. Makes me feel like we're right back in the same situation again because that's the
With the
San
kicker.
Francisco game
Yeah.
all over, right? We
This
didn't
was
just
a
lose.
San Francisco game if you want to keep it real. The field goal took that missed field goal took the air out of our sails to a certain extent.
It was part of it. For me, what took the air out of the sails for me when I had to just call, when lady's not here tonight, I had to call her or whatever, was Jordan Love throwing the interception.
Yes.
That's a from a players I've seen him make ever. What are you doing, bro?
that
Rashid
wasn't
Walker.
what he mad with him. what got me mad with him was the first two drives. You got two turnovers by
And can't
by
get
the
in
end
the
zone.
end zone.
You
That's
need
the same.
touchdown.
Yeah.
You need
Rasheed Walker was just flat out overmatched. It was
Yeah.
like watching someone get thrown all around the playground. He's flat out overmatched. He got called for how many penalties? How many thousand
to
penalties?
be like 8
Right.
penalties
Are you
alone.
kidding me? We supposed to be the team that's more together. We're supposed to be the team that's more together, particularly on offense. There's supposed to be continuity. The only new arriving player is
It's
Josh
Jacobs.
Jacobs, and he and Jaden Reed. If it were not for the brilliance of those two players, we would have got smoked.
Right. I agree.
Right? I mean, yeah, no, I don't think that the Eagles are head and shoulders better than us, right? But if there's other ways to look at that too, if not for the brilliance, if not for the good play, the great play of Josh Jacobs in the second half, and the
Right.
brilliance of Jaden Reed all game, we'd have got smoked, right?
I agree.
Jordan Love throwing the ball ahead of the receivers, throwing the ball behind receivers. He threw an interception. He should have thrown like 3 interceptions.
But we have to be
Keyshawn Nixon
cognizant
had
he
a
did not play in the preseason like that. We got the regular those first couple games are like his preseason. Same thing as how Rodgers would play in the first few games. So we got to cut him a little slack. He it,
I'm not cutting him slack. I'm not cutting him slack. I'm sorry. No. You had
I,
all that
I,
time to prepare. It's
Mr.
like it's the
Mr.
decisions that he was doing. It's not just the accuracy, it's the decisions. The decisions,
right. That pass
like,
over the
what are you
middle, you just
doing?
lofted over the middle of the field, and it
What
was
are you
already
doing?
coverage. I'm looking down there. I'm like, what are you seeing? There's multiple Eagles there. Why are you throwing it like that?
Exactly. That's why I'm not cutting him any slack. Now, here's the thing. One loss does not ruin your season. No,
No,
it's an 18 game season. I think we'll be okay, but I'm aggravated that we came out and we had this many. No one studied for the test. No one studied for the test.
Get
Here are
him!
some things.
Get him! Get him!
No one studied for the test. No, like what do you like? What do you like Tucker Craft? Do you not know what an illegal shift looks like? This is the
You already
highest
saw
level of
one
football.
person moving. He's right in front of your line of vision, and you
You
move
see
right.
him. That's what I'm saying. You
You
see him.
see him, bro.
You're looking
That
at
was
him.
crazy. Oh, that was crazy. I can't even make up no excuse for that if I tried. I can't make. You see that man moving. You know, playing football your whole life, two people can't be in motion like that, and you just follow it.
Yeah,
Like
you
that was
can't.
crazy.
So
That was
you
crazy.
can have two people and shit, but they have to stop. Like one of them has to stop
Yeah,
before
you
the
can't
ball
just
spikes.
follow him. Yeah, exactly. But he
Yeah.
left. He left. Like, what are you doing?
Yeah, he was all like super raggedy on that play. It was just so much, man. You know what
What
I
about
mean?
the play where near the red zone, right? When we got one of our turnovers where Dobbs where you know we didn't do a pick play instead of acting like he was gonna go out for a pass, he just blocked the dude, and then we got the penalty that sent us for a field goal. That's why I'm saying the penalties. Yes, we weren't scoring in the red zone, but why weren't we scoring in
It
the
it,
red zone?
it
That's what
was a
I'm
big,
saying.
yeah,
The reason we weren't scoring when we make progress, here come a holding, here come this, here come that. So that's why I'm saying yes, all of that's true, but at the end of the day, if you look to what the source is, it's penalties. Low IQ football is why we lost this game.
for sure. That's a part of it. I could also say that our offensive line got whooped. We got whooped. The penalties for sure are number one on the list. Because, like I said, no one studied for the test. We all look like low IQ players. That's particularly disappointing because that's what I was looking forward to this season. This is the second year in the same offense. Everyone's new. No one's new except for Josh Jacobs.
Right,
We were supposed to come out clicking. It is the first game. I don't
right,
think that what we're seeing is what we will see for the rest of the year. And Jordan Love is young in his starting career,
right.
but it's disappointing. But the other thing that I don't know is if it's that easy to remedy is our offensive line look pushed. They look
Yeah, but the
pushed.
Eagles got some beast on their defensive
They
line
do.
though too. I mean,
They
like
do.
I said, we're playing a team that has championship aspirations as we do. They're a stacked team like we're stacked. They got two receivers, tight end, dynamic running back. They're stacked like us. They're our mirror.
They are. And this is when I start, like I'm trying to not be like the toxic dude or whatever, but I'm looking at Rasheed Walker, who I'm the most aggravated with, because in the preseason and in the off season, all I heard was how good he was doing, and he's really taking flight, and there's no reason to worry about this guy. And yes, I know there was maybe some trepidation after David Bakhtiari left, but he's a film room nut, and I didn't see any of that. I feel like I was lied to. What the hell were you doing tonight, bro?
He wasn't ready. That dude
He
was just
was
moving it. And it wasn't even
he
like he
was
was doing no slick moves. It was just full power move.
like, get
Just
out the way.
overpowering you.
Get
There's
out
a
the
difference.
way.
Like, I just want like Packer Nation to understand there's a difference when you're beat on a spin move or with athleticism. When somebody just uses raw power, that's disrespect. They're saying,
Yeah,
I don't even gotta do nothing slick. I'm just gonna move you, son. Hey, get out of the way. That's the problem. I think that's what you're saying. If I'm understanding
you're
correctly.
right, because
Okay.
what I'm trying not to do is, like I said, to be that super toxic guy. Because now I'm looking at him physically, and I'm looking at Rasheed Walker physically. Do you get in the weight room, bro? Like,
You
it's a
shouldn't get
job.
pushed by
It's
no power move
You
over and
can't get
over.
moved around like that. I'm looking at the, like, are you in the weight room? You're the left tackle. Everyone is gonna be coming after you now, right? Because you look soft.
I
Jordan
agree.
Morgan, our #1 overall pick, came in the game, immediately got taken right back out the game. He got ran over so bad. So as much as we're saying that Rasheed Walker got ran over, they saw Jordan Morgan. They didn't even look at the quarterback at that point. They didn't even break eye contact with him. They just looked at him come on the field just like that. Yeah,
Right.
you, right there,
Oh, we got
and
you.
just
Right.
ran right over him. Ran right over him. So I do think that I don't think that Rasheed Walker played himself out of the starting lineup tonight. I've seen
Right.
really good from him, but tonight it's on you, bro. If
Yeah.
if we're if we're like ranking guys who I'm really super pissed off at, he's #1. Jordan Love is #2.
Yeah.
Uh, some of these plays, like,
And to keep it
so
real, besides if we take away that interception, I gotta keep it real. Jair was getting cooked by AJ Brown. I'm not
that
here to
was
make
as
excuses for
bad a play.
nobody. This is Packer Nation. We keep it real over here. Hey, AJ Brown was having his way with Jair besides that interception. I'm not gonna hold y'all. Only thing I'm gonna say to keep, what I'm saying, to keep in consideration though is the field. Maybe Jair couldn't get his footing, but he was out there getting treated by AJ Brown.
That's the other thing. I don't mean to like dominate
No,
Daniel.
no,
My
go
fault,
ahead.
right? You
No,
know what
no,
I
you
mean?
Then
go
we're
ahead.
gonna have Bleacher Report balls. Go ahead.
I got time. Go ahead.
But that's the other thing. Like, so all right. So clearly there was some adjustments made in the half, right? And people
We
putting the proper weights on, which pissed me off because it shouldn't have came to that, right? But earlier in the game, was I the only one who was saying stop over pursuing if you can't stop on the dime? Stop, just
Yes, the missed
stop.
tackling, the tackles.
Yeah, you know what I mean? And it stopped. Like, but that's like I sat there and I watched this guy. He is another dude who has a YouTube channel. I
Mm,
think his name is, I'm not sit to
yeah,
tally or something like that. He puts up Ravens content. Last year, I loved watching the Ravens
okay.
defense play, and he would break down a lot of the plays. You know what I mean? Just trying to give people a better understanding of what it is they were looking at. And one of the things that he was saying, demonstrating, was like the stagger technique and tackling and pursuing. You stay on the person's back pocket, so to speak. You don't get
Right.
out in front of him because you make yourself
Vulnerable to a
susceptible
move. Yeah.
to a cutback, right? Particularly if your footing is bad. So you stay on his back pocket and you just shift the dude to use your boundary. Use the boundary. Use the outside line as like the second defender in that particular spot, right? If he tries to accelerate past you, then you at least you can accelerate at that point.
Right.
But don't just come in like a maniac, right? We
With
had
no
a
angles.
safety last year who did that all the time. He's not on the team anymore. What's that dude? He never used to wear any pads, no gloves. What was that guy's name?
Devondre Campbell.
Nah, he was a safety.
Oh, Savage.
Nah. Although Savage was like, get on the bus too. See you later,
Right.
Savage. Thank you. He didn't start. It'll come to me.
Okay.
But my point is just that you offensive players will use your aggression against you at that particular point. If they see you just doing like a missile dive and whatnot, all they're going to do is cut back, watch you fly right by them. Particularly someone like a Saquon Barkley who can
That's
cut.
facts, Sandra.
Right, the offensive players are always going to have the advantage when it comes to cutting because they know when they're going to stop their momentum. Right, a
Correct.
defensive play you have to be a little bit more cagey if the field is trash. P.S. You force these guys to fly 10 hours down there to play in front of Brazil for as a marketing opportunity for the NFL. Did no one go down there and check that field before? Like, why? If you knew that they were playing the
Right.
entire year, and it affected both teams. So I'm not trying to use that as an excuse because Jaden Reed's touchdowns were based on exactly what it is I'm saying.
Right.
His ability to cut back and use the Philadelphia defender, their
Right. That's
momentum,
fair.
right? So it worked in both ways, right? Saquon Barkley slipped first play of the game or whatever.
Right.
That field trash. You know what I mean? And so if you know the field is trash, adjust your flight. Be smarter. Like
Right.
what
Be
is
more patient. Just show higher IQ. Just show higher IQ. I don't get it. Go ahead, Bleacher Report, boss. How you feeling, man?
Man, hold on, let me set up real quick. I'm trying to get the iPad, see some updates real quick on the pad. Um, excuse me.
Update is bad tackling and penalties. Low IQ football is why we lost this game.
Um,
Zach Tom
so
played well. Sandra Stevenson brought that up earlier. Zach Tom did play well, and Jenkins. I didn't see them get treated too much.
but
You
he
were right
had a
about
cost
that.
Zach Tom had a costly penalty. It got to a point where I was counting them. There's no one they don't want me in on the film session tomorrow. No one got away. No one got away. All of you guys played like Elton
Made some
Jenkins.
type of dumb mistake, some type of dumb penalty. Right.
Everyone. As soon as you want to say, all right, well, yeah, he did good. No, then you go and do something. Go sit over there with everybody else, bro. Go sit down over there. Cause Zach Tom's penalty was
Was that
changing. It
a
was like
bad time?
it was exactly what you said. As soon as we get some momentum going forward, here we go with the stupid. Oh my
all
The
right.
penalty. I'm
So
just gonna say it's
I
the
got
first
an update
game
on
jitters. They playing in Brazil. I'm just gonna charge it to that. Even with that being said, we almost put up 30. We really should have put up way more than 30. It should have probably been closer to 40. But again, this is game one. On the positive, we do know our team is explosive and we can score in bunches, and we're dynamic offensively. And our defense, at the very least, is better than it was last year. So we cut out the mental. If we have half the penalties we did today, we'll be fine. We'll be fine.
yeah.
The penalties,
Yeah,
if just 10 penalties is a lot in a game.
yeah. I didn't feel like looking at that team like we were overmatched by
Right.
Philly.
That's what I'm saying. Right.
You know what I mean? It wasn't like we were a couple years ago us playing the 49ers where I was like, oh gosh, I don't. Yeah, it don't
I
even
don't
matter
know. Right. I
regular
don't feel
season.
I don't feel like anybody is like way better than us. I just don't feel like that. I
Well,
don't.
Philly isn't. But see, here's the thing. Like, I don't really know how good Philly is because
Right.
Philly was doo doo
Well,
at
they looked good
their
at defense.
defense.
I mean, it wasn't like they dominated. I mean, yeah, they pushed the line back a couple of times, but I seen that line pushing them right back, got gaping holes in the running game for the
Right.
pack. So I was seeing them pushing them back a little bit here and
We
there.
schemed that
Right.
so yeah, that is cause to be optimistic. We schemed some holes open. I'm a little disappointed that we couldn't do that a little bit earlier, but that's how it goes. You know what I mean? But we definitely got some stuff going for
This is
sure.
Right.
why.
I do
This
like
is
the
why
play calling too of Matt LaFleur. He's a very dynamic play caller. I saw a lot of interesting play designs from Matt LaFleur. I will say that offensively, I like what he's doing out there. I like our head coach. I
yeah.
do like our head coach.
For,
And
for
it is
sure.
balanced. He runs the ball a decent amount. I always want to I mean, we ran the ball 21 times for 163 yards. 7.8 yards a carry. I mean,
For sure. He was cool tonight. To
right,
me, this wasn't like a masterpiece from him,
right.
but he wasn't terrible. Like a flea flicker. What the? We don't need to. What do you do? I don't need
I
any
looked it
of
up,
that
but
The
Circus du Soleil
offensive
garbage.
line didn't even look at him. They didn't even
they
look.
didn't even look.
I don't want that
They
Circus du
saw
Soleil
that
garbage.
coming
Here's
a
the thing:
mile
you did
away.
a flea flicker with 2 receivers. What? Like,
Yeah,
oh, like so like I said, everyone had a moment where I
Yeah,
remember I
even the
said that
coach.
out loud. I said that out loud. So when the play absolutely didn't work, then they panned back to see who was screaming down the field. You did a flea flicker with only 2 receivers. No, that was horrible, Matt. Like, what do you do? Throw that away.
All
Throw it
right.
away. Never use it again. Please. Never use it again. You couldn't do that on one of the worst secondaries. That's my thing. I don't know how good this Philly team is because we were like the play design, we were beating them.
Right.
Like Vic Fangio's defense, we were beating them, but dudes would drop balls, or it'd be a little bit too far in front of them, or it'd be a little bit too far behind them. But Philly didn't stop a whole lot in the secondary. Philly was doing that to our offensive line. That's where they look good.
yeah,
Their
it was.
defense,
I kind
and in particular, Rasheed Walker needs to get in the weight room.
Right.
Get in the weight room, bro. You look mush. You look pushed, and that's bad. I look. You will get the Brook Lopez treatment, like when we gave him, when we played the Celtics,
Facts,
because that's
Patricia.
what you look like, bro.
Right.
You look pushed. Come
of
on, man.
if
I mean,
this
you
is
look
good,
soft. Like I said, if a defensive player doesn't even try to use a finesse move, they have no
Yeah,
respect for you. They have
I'm,
no
yeah.
respect. I mean, I didn't see one finesse move. I might have missed a play or two, getting something to drink or something like that. But from what I saw, it was all like power moves. Everything that was using power were the moves he was using. So he
He
knew
was
that you was
overmatched.
soft. So I'm just gonna move you. I just
I
was
tell
He
watching
was,
him just run straight and smack into dude and just move him back like he had no center of gravity. Maybe squatting he need to work on or something, but he had no lower like his center of gravity was off. He was getting he was getting abused.
uh,
He was the reason the pocket was collapsing.
I got I got
yeah,
I got
he's gonna.
I got a big bold prediction that should happen. Probably not gonna happen, but I ain't gonna keep it hold you. If if the first round pick ain't ready, and then this guy getting pushed around, they didn't make that phone call and get Bakhtiari back in the house, man. I'm sorry. I mean,
But David's never gonna. That ain't gonna happen. David can't play
I'm
this year.
saying, but this is like
He can't play
$50 million
this year.
investment. And he's getting like he went down with an ankle injury. I like that's your season. If it was anything, I was just happy it was an ankle injury. I thought it was a knee or something, but it was an ankle injury.
I don't know what it was. That's what they said. That's been
I
Yeah.
announced.
I saw a tape. He twisted his ankle, so I think it's an ankle injury. High
We
ankle. I
hope.
mean, he's not high ankle sprain, but he was. I
We
mean,
hope. But when I
Yeah.
tore my ACL, it started with my ankle. I'm not saying that's what he did. I'm just saying that's what we hope. We don't hope. And ankle sprains.
Can
How
last
long was
weeks.
how long was Chris Middleton out with an ankle sprain? Like forever? Now, I mean, I know it's you know what I mean. I know Chris Middleton, but I know Jordan Love is not Chris Middleton.
oh
But it's
man.
just you know, all ankle sprains aren't created equal. Like you know what I
Fair.
mean. If it's you know, I went to see Rasheed Walker get in the gym and squat and do some
That's what
squats
I'm
and do.
saying. Yeah, exactly.
Are you kidding me, bro? You got more. You got that. That's on you, bro.
Yeah,
There are
somebody
a lot of
bull rush
players
you
that
for a whole game and you don't do nothing about it. That's like spitting in your face.
and I don't think he's bad enough to where I'm like, get him out of here. But if I see something
I
like that
see it.
again, I'm saying, get him out of here. You immediately went on thin ice.
Right.
That's how bad it was. You're immediately on thin ice. Immediately. No, I don't think Philly is head and shoulders better than us. No,
No,
I
the
that's a
Eagles
clean.
were nervous, and I don't think that Jalen Hurts played all that well. I just think we shot ourselves in the foot at the wrong time. Shout out to you, Dirk Kent. We just shot ourselves in the foot at the wrong times. That's really what happened.
So here's some optimism, though.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, optimism, right? In the past, Rashawn Gary, in particular, would be guilty of breaking contain, right? So we go up against teams, whether they have mobile quarterbacks or not, right? The play call would call for him to hold contain, to contain the quarterback. And in the past, he'd be so thirsty to get the sack that he would break contain, the quarterback go right around him, and then
Right.
blow the play. The Packers did such a good job for
Content.
most of the game
Right.
containing Jalen Hurts, because Jalen Hurts to me is like the new Russell Wilson. Russell
Right.
Wilson, when he at his best, was terrifying with his legs. Jalen Hurts didn't look terrifying for most of the game. But see, that's the problem, is that you're going to run out of steam at some point. And when we had like a full tank of gas, we could have gone up and taken advantage of the good play that we had, and then we'd make a mistake and completely screw it up. We started
Correct.
off the second half. Jair Alexander got absolutely gun smoked. He got his boot smoked on the
Yeah.
first play, like the first drive. But then
67
after,
yards. AJ
you know
Brown.
what I'm saying? But then after that, we had two back-to-back stops. And then Jordan Love comes in and be like, "Don't worry, Eagles, we got it. I know that we stopped you from getting up the field, but we'll give the ball right back. We'll
Yeah,
give the
that
ball
touch,
right."
that interception on our side of the field was backbreaking too. That took a
And
lot of momentum out of from the team. That's a definite momentum shift.
that's what I mean. That to me was like you circled like a critical moment in the game. There were two. We had two stops, two turnovers in their red zone that we did not get 7 points off of.
Right.
And then Jordan Love turns around after we got two back-to-back stops in Philly. We're having a hard time doing it. And the first time he's throwing the ball all over the place and almost threw an interception. And then
Yeah.
the second time he did throw an interception. And for a brief moment in that game, he was like a deer in headlights. What are you doing, Jordan? You're looking crazy right now. And
Right.
then thankfully, uh, Jaden Reed kind of got it back with us. Again, it's the brilliance of Jaden Reed. But Matt
Jaden
LaFleur
Reed
saw it.
looks like he is fast, fast. I didn't realize he was that fast. Like he
He ran
is.
he ran a 4.3.
Yeah,
He
that
ran a
dude.
4.3.
Wow, he's
Yeah, no, he
explosive.
ran a 4.3.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's Christian Watson explosive, maybe even more in certain regards. But he's explosive. I like that.
He's quick
Dontavian
and
Wicks dropped a couple
also.
passes too that bothered me, but that's gonna happen. Young receivers, I'm not too concerned about it. But Dobbs made some catch. I think our offense will be fine. I think this is just working out the rust, working out the kinks.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I mean, so pluses and minuses, right? You know what I mean? Because Philly, we had one play in the preseason and then didn't play at all, right?
Right,
Philly didn't play at all in the preseason, so they
right,
figured it out. We at least had one drive. They didn't even have that drive in the preseason, and they figured
fair,
it out. You know what I
fair.
mean? And and we didn't. And now we're hoping that Jordan Love getting on a 10-hour flight is his ankle is going to be all right, because what does Malik Willis do? Oh gosh, this dude who has played in the league comes in and we're like, all right, Malik, I'm not asking you to win the game. I know you're not going to win the game. Just throw the ball in the end zone. Malik
Yeah.
says, don't worry, I got it. I'm not even going to do that. I'm going to get sacked. And we're not even going to get the ball up. We're not even going to get the ball up, so just trash. Just, you know what I mean? But not so bad that I feel like we've grossly overestimated
No,
this
no,
team.
we showed fight. I mean, we kept coming back, making mistakes. I mean, we this was a back and forth game. Let's be clear. I mean, against two teams that think they can win the championship. Like I said, this could very well be a preview of the NFC Championship. This is not out of the realm of possibility that we could play them in the NFC Championship. It's not crazy. It, it's not
And
crazy.
and I'm also hoping that a loss like this, because you should feel stupid. Some of the mistakes that we like,
Right.
how many illegal ships, how many illegal ships, bro? How many illegal ships? It's like three or
Jumping off
four. Like I have
sides
to
on
go back.
defense on fourth down, jumping off sides, giving them a fresh set of downs on deep. I think that might have happened twice on fourth downs, jumping off sides. And then when you get a stop on third down to force the four, then you jump off sides on a hard count.
TJ Slayton.
TJ Slay, yeah, yeah,
Not the tush
exactly.
push. And then So I mean, there were definitely times where I had to get up and walk to the kitchen or whatever. You know, I was about to be back on my frying fish thing or whatever. Where, where I need to do something to calm my head down and whatnot. But stuff like that. You should feel like real goofy and silly right now with the amount of mistakes that you made, and we'll see what that makes us look like next week, right? Because there's bulletin board material for
Agreed.
days.
There's a lot
But
to look at in the film room after this game.
so do I think that I definitely think that we're a good team. I definitely like our offense put up 30 points and
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
we were trash. Two players were great and everyone else was trash and we still put up. But I don't know what to make of that because Philly's defense outside of their line is trash. So I don't know. I don't know yet.
Get the
You know what I
cats
mean?
out
Their secondary
there.
is trash. I wish somebody would tell me about their secondary is trash. Like how many different times? Like Jordan Love was playing mid football all
Mid.
game, and none of you were stopping him. It was because of that ball's a little ahead and that ball's a little bit behind. Like the Darius Slays and all that. Like he had all of y'all confused, but then he would goof it up. You know what I mean? And so it's one of them games, man. It's one of them games.
Yeah, we
I'm
just gotta
hoping it's
charge this
that.
one to the game and just learn from it, in my opinion. We just gotta
Yeah,
learn from this one. But again, I'm not mad. First game of the season. It's not like we laid an egg. We just didn't play our
no,
smartest. We didn't play high IQ football. We didn't execute well. That's it. At the end of the day, we just didn't
yeah.
execute. How you feeling,
There's
Bleach
another.
Report, boss? Go ahead. Go ahead, Dr. Smith. What are you saying?
I was saying there's another bright spot, right? So one of the things that I was low key kind of disappointed in the off season was that the player who I was most excited about the draft, Edgerrin Cooper, didn't break into that starting lineup, right? Eric Wilson beat him out. Now, mind you, that's just your base defense, right? It's 4-3, and Eric Wilson was one of the other linebackers along with
Right.
Isaiah Walker, right? When they would go to the nickel packages, though, I would think, okay, well, Edgerrin Cooper, he's going to be a little bit faster, get him on the field. He apparently didn't beat out Isaiah McDuffie there either,
Right.
right? You know what I mean? And so it was just going to be, and a lot of it is because of injury as well, and so when he was on the field, he looked faster than them wide receivers. I don't know if you were noticing that. There was
No,
a
I saw
play
his
where
speed.
Saquon
Wrapped him
Barkley had
up. Yeah, wrapped him up. Yeah.
exactly, and I was like, "Whoa, that dude is fast." There was another play where Jalen Hurts went to throw the ball out, and he reached up and swatted it down. Flat out, Edgerrin Cooper needs to be on the field more often. I got what I wanted to see from him, so that's a bright spot. Our ability to be as crazy as this is going to sound, disciplined as far as containing Jalen Hurts. That was a
What
bright
about
spot.
Stokes? Stokes looked good out there as our other cornerback. It wasn't like he was out there getting cooked. He's
He looked
finally
okay.
been healthy. Stokes looked
He,
solid.
he looked okay.
Mm.
He looked okay. Xavier McKinney, I thought looked really good.
Yeah,
Started
agreed. We
the
saw
intercept.
we got our money's worth already with him. You see what you get with him.
So what you got from him. So what you got from Josh Jacobs.
Right.
That started to work. Um, but yeah, a forgettable game from Jair Alexander. He's our number one corner and got smoked. Not only got smoked, but had a play that he could have intercept. Like an interception keeps it a 2-point game, and we
Agreed,
can maybe
Romero.
get down the field and score. He can't secure that ball. It's a little bit more difficult for him to do it because he had AJ Brown there swatting the ball away, but you still got to secure that ball. Keyshawn Nixon's dropped interception. That's a pick six.
That's a pick
Yeah, that
six.
that
Pick
that
six.
ah but that's why he's on defense.
It's a pick six.
Yeah. And he knew it.
That's a
He
punt
knew it.
return.
He knew it.
That's a and in a game of inches, it's those things. Catch the daggone ball.
Yeah. Even
Like
if
the
he doesn't
defender
score,
didn't.
just changing, changing possession.
But that's a pick six. There was no
Right.
one in front of him, and he's one of
Fair,
the.
no, fair point. I like I said, I think a lot of this is rust. No snaps. even with that being said, we had a lot of explosive plays. We had a lot of explosive plays. So we do
and
know
they
that
didn't
this
breathe.
offense is potent. We weren't even hitting on all cylinders. Jordan Love was mid at best. We still put up 30 points on a team that has championship aspirations and multiple 20+ yard plays. We have multiple explosive plays. And I think I like that a lot. I also like how the emphasis on running the ball and kind of like delayed runs. I like that a lot. I think that gives time for Jacobs to set up his blocks. So I do like some of the schemes that I am seeing. You're going to see a couple weird plays like the flea flicker, but for the most part, I do like the offensive game that Matt LaFleur is calling currently.
Yeah, I
I
got
do.
some.
Go ahead, Bleacher Report, boss.
Recently, they said that pretty much everybody on Twitter and everybody is saying that it looked like a mild, worst case scenario, high ankle sprain,
Okay.
but probably hopefully it's just mild, but
Okay.
it just the way he went down, his ankle got twisted and he
Yeah,
went
that's part
down.
of the game. That's why you got to have a solid. That's why we had to get rid of Clifford. At least Willis got some athleticism and can move around. You know what I'm saying? So if we need to have him for a game, at
Look
least he
at
can move a little bit. I'm just trying to be
yeah,
positive.
the way he looked at you, like, oh, no, you didn't say that.
He didn't even get the ball up. He didn't even get the ball. Now, don't get me wrong. The game is lost at that point. If Jordan
Right.
Love has to come off but at least get the ball up and
Well,
give
yeah, I
somebody,
agree with that.
right? Luke Musgrave, Tucker Craft, Christian Watson. We got a basketball team. Just get the ball up. This dude can't. But
Right,
no, it wasn't. He's not even a blip on the radar as far as
Right.
like the major screw ups. Like I said, Rasheed Walk while Jordan Love is getting his icing on his ankle, I don't want to see Rasheed Walker doing anything but squats.
man. I'll
Squat.
give
And getting
oil.
protein. He got to get his protein up
I'll
there,
make
sir,
sure it's
too. So
better.
he got to start building some muscle. Got to get his protein game up. Get some
All
whey
off season.
protein in it.
All off season. If you did not, that's the other thing. If you didn't come back in, if you're not stronger than you were last season, then what did you do in the off season physically? Because you got pushed, bro. That's so disappointing. That part. You just like you said, you nail on the head. That dude that was running over you has a bag as far as moves. He didn't even use it. For what? For you? For you? Get out of here, man. Get out the way.
It worked for
Like get out the
some.
He's
way.
He
like,
was
you think I'm
pushing.
about to do a waste to move on you? Nah.
Get out of my way. Like
Right.
other stuff I
That's
got
how he
set up.
ran past. Like, get out of here. What is you all in my way? Like a little kid or something. Your kids in your way. You trying to get some? Get. What is you? Get out of here.
Like what you doing, bro? Like get
What you
way.
doing?
Like you got mushed out the way.
Mushing it.
Like the
Just mushed
bouncer
it.
is
Mushed it
trying
right
to
out the
get to
way.
like the bouncer is trying to get to the fight and you're in the way. He's just get out the
Right.
way. I gotta go. Like that's what you.
And what we did also find out, Saquon Barkley definitely is not washed, nor is Josh Jacobs washed. Neither one of these players are washed. Clearly.
Man,
No,
Clearly.
I
he's
think
still it.
anyone.
Saquon's still him, man. He's
Yeah.
still him.
Agreed.
I mean, Josh Jacobs, and obviously I love Josh Jacobs and what he did tonight, but there was more evidence present to make the argument that maybe Josh Jacobs was washed. If you were trying to make that
Right.
argument, because it looked like
He didn't look good.
fantastic.
Second half, he's like, hold on, man. Barkley doing a little too much. Then I'm like,
Yeah,
oh,
I'll give
he
you
had a
some.
little bit more explosion. Hey, Wilson, though. Hey, Wilson got some moves. Wilson look explosive. He might very well be our future number one running back, and it might not be. It might not take this whole year. I'm just saying. He looks a lot more dynamic to me. He looks dynamic, Wilson. I'm telling y'all.
Well, for me, that's a bridge. That's a bridge too far. I will say though,
Mm.
respectfully to AJ Dillon, he certainly looks better than AJ Dillon,
Oh,
right? You know,
that's not
Oh
even a
hell,
question. That's
right?
not even a question. Yeah,
He's
yeah.
patient. He's patient. Like he
Right.
knows where to go. Now there's certain things. Now once Josh Jacobs got cooking, that's your running back.
That's your running back. Right.
That's what I wanted to see. In the first half, yeah, I was worried. I was like, what is wrong with
Right.
Josh
He's like,
Jacobs?
what do we
Now,
pay for?
what
He
is this
had
dude
like
doing?
10
Like, you know
carries
what I
for
mean?
8 yards in the first half.
Nah, but props, like you said, to Matt LaFleur starting to call running plays
Mhm.
that are more like,
Suited for him. Yeah.
yeah,
More like I
exactly.
said, they were more like delayed handoffs. I don't want to call them draws, but more delayed where it gives him time to kind of the blocks are starting to be set up where he can kind of make his moves. He's a little bit more patient. He needs a little bit more time, and I think LaFleur did a great job of adjusting the run plays in the second half.
And the offensive line did a
Right,
better
better
job
job. Yep,
holes in
agreed.
the very beginning. But run blocking has never been a strength of ours, and it needs to clean it up. Like
Right,
it can't. Obviously, pass protection is going to be your number one priority. If you have to protect your franchise, right?
right.
But it be we're at 8 out of 10 when it comes to pass protection and a 3 out of 10 when it comes to run blocking. That's not
Fair.
acceptable anymore. Like open up holes, man. We don't have Aaron Jones anymore. Aaron Jones used to make this very mediocre run blocking offensive line look better than they were because he didn't
Right,
need a lot of, you know what I mean? And he can accelerate really quick. He had the same superpowers that Jaden Reed does. I can
right,
accelerate quick and I can accelerate in short spaces. You know what I mean? It's just Jaden Reed is our slot corner. Aaron Jones was our running back, but they're similar. Josh Jacobs is a little beefier. AJ Dillon was a lot beefier. More is required for these guys, right? Now, when they get to the open field, that's where those guys, their superpowers come into play because it's harder to bring them
get
down
them
once they have
down.
the
Right, breaking
right,
tackles, yards after the catch
and
or
it
after the
hurts
run. Yeah, after contact, yards after contact.
exactly. But if they can't get their momentum going, like we blew it with AJ Dillon, we blew it because we, and he was partly responsible for that, obviously, because you got to be able to find the holes. But we didn't open up very much holes for him at all. For the people who think AJ Dillon is trash, if AJ Dillon goes to the 49ers, or if he were there with the 49ers running behind the Trent Williams, that is like an automatic 10 yards of play.
Yeah,
Because when he gets his momentum going, you're not going to want to tackle him. So we blew it. And I was worried because Josh Jacobs is a little chunkier, not like AJ Dillon beefy, but beefier.
right.
Is he going to be able to run behind this offensive
Offensive
line?
line. Right,
And happy that in the second half they got it going. But you got to be able to start doing that right from the jump street. And I know that it was tough. That's one of the tougher defensive lines that you're going to play. But it's football. You can't make the excuse that it was hard.
right.
You know what I mean? Because it eventually it's going to be the 49ers and twice
Exactly.
against the Lions, right? And against the Bears. And as much as we can't stand the Bears and we laugh at the Bears have a very good defensive line.
Right.
You
They're
know what I
good. They're going
mean?
to be a good team this year. They're going to be in the hunt as
You
far
feel
as the
me?
NFC North.
Seattle, who picked up the defensive lineman that I would have liked to have seen on our team, the dude from Texas.
Right.
Um, so with Byron Murphy, they're on the schedule. So we're gonna play some teams with accomplished defensive lines, right? It's
Right.
not gonna be this accomplished all the time, but you have to be able to open up because if you do that, then you make yourself more balanced, and then you set up your play action. And that was what was frustrating is that in the very first half, until Emmanuel Wilson came and did anything, like we were one dimensional because Josh Jacobs was just getting stopped
Stop.
and
Yep.
him, but a lot of it was the offensive line, especially if he was running to the left because Rasheed Walker was on the left. And that dude was, yeah, I'm letting him have it the entire. Now he can fix it. I know that he'll fix it, but yeah, this is a regrettable game. Live in that juice, so
Yep.
that the next
Agreed.
game you come out and you're pissed off and you're taking it out on everybody else for what this dude did to you, because he did it to you tonight, bro. It's that simple. He did it to you. You just get out the way, man. That's what he did. He got thrown out
Get
the way,
out
man.
the way.
He just got thrown out the way.
Where's your four
It's
balls?
crazy.
How? What you thinking, man? What you thinking?
Oh man, it. This is the way the first two drives of the game. It looked like the defense got two turnovers, and I think they were going to score real quickly the first one, and they just couldn't do it. And the field was horrible.
Yeah.
The field was so bad. I mean, I feel bad for the fans there at that stadium because it was rocking for those players that they had to
Right.
stay. Nice
And they didn't get
form.
the best experience they could have gotten because of the field.
Yeah, they couldn't get the best experience, and it just when NFL do these games overseas, they gotta make sure everything is crisp. They gotta make sure the
Right.
field. Okay, this happened in London so many times because the field's not right because they just don't look at it. They
No, yeah,
just
I agree. Yeah.
and that's why I like it overseas because I know the field. I know Rambo Field. The field's gonna be nice and tight every game. I know it's gonna be good. I know how they build it. I know what they put into it, sand and they grow their grass and they mow it and they shape it up. They make sure they look at it. They make sure if it's too cold, they're
Right.
gonna heat it up. And just that, entire territory, you don't know how it is. And Jordan Love's legs is already cramping up already in the
Right.
game until he then got hurt. And it was just too much. It was just too much in this game. I think the Packers played a good game in the second half. I mean, after that the disastrous first couple quarters, it was just being
Yeah, they did
nonchalant.
play better second half. I agree. Just
And
again, some of the mental mistakes,
yeah,
like I said, missed field goal, penalties, just
this
low
game kind of
IQ.
this game can't feel like the San Francisco game all over again. It's like they picked up in the second half, but they just couldn't get that one stop they needed because they had so many opportunities to get an interception or get some more time, but they just kept on giving up these scores. I mean, kept giving up these yardage and stuff up. It's like different coordinator, same result because they just can't cover. Oh, I wish I could get a drink tonight, man. It's just too. It was just too much, too much. Take me
Again,
to the head tonight.
Yeah.
oh, there you go. There you go. I couldn't see it at first. I
Yeah,
got
the
you.
Cal. Yeah, 12 year. The Cal 12 year. That's what I'm on,
Yeah,
bro.
yeah. I mean, this game was just bad of how it was finished. I mean, they had 10 penalties tonight, and it was just so much penalties that they did. It was penalties that didn't even need to happen,
And
and
penalties that didn't get called. That's the other thing. That's how
Yep.
overmatched Walker was tonight. If they would have called all the holdings that they could have called on
Paul,
him,
yeah.
I don't think. I think we still be playing.
yeah,
You know what I mean? Like I think the
Even the
game would still be
announcers are
going
getting
on.
frustrated. Guess what's happening again? Yet another penalty. Even
uh,
the commentators are getting frustrated.
The ref needed a throw lozenge. Like I'm just letting him like get the riot act. I'm losing my voice. The ref was losing his voice. Like he's like, come on, y'all. I'm tired
Sprained
of
ankle,
talking
Fletcher.
microphone. So it's I think as far as mental mistakes, this is about as bad as I've seen us play. This to me was a throwback to when a couple years ago when we played the Saints and we lost that game
Right.
where we didn't play very much in the preseason. I'm not blaming that. I'm just saying that's one of the things that happened. We didn't play in the preseason. We come out, we play the Saints. The Saints trash us. I remember because that was when I had just come down here to Louisiana,
Okay.
and I look forward to us playing the Saints in New Orleans. Right, that was supposed to be the game. I was going to go to that game. The game gets relocated to Jacksonville. That's where I had just come from. I had just come
Mm.
from Jacksonville, right? So I was like, all right, well, whatever. And we got trashed. We started off with a whole bunch of mistakes,
Right.
and it was like that. I don't think that we were lackluster. I just think that our brains were not where it needed to be. That's what it reminded me of. I think the 49er game, we were game. I think the 49ers were better than these Eagles. I think that the Eagles are good enough that you certainly cannot afford to make the amount of mistakes that we made. And that is ultimately what got us. So,
Yep, that's it. That's really it.
you know. But
So
yeah, I haven't lost faith that we'll,
no, absolutely not. We this game was mental mistakes. It was nothing more than that. Just mental mistakes. Just mental mistakes. And like you said, Rashid, the offensive line need to tighten up and protect and run block. Pass blocking was okay. We have to definitely improve run blocking. You got to
yeah,
create holes. You just got to
yeah.
create holes. That's it at the end of the day.
And the Packers are very formulaic when it comes to the type of players that
Right.
they draft, and particularly offensive linemen. You know what I mean? They go for a certain type. And for a while now, we've been good at pass protection, and we've been mid at run blocking.
Exactly.
And it's just wash, rinse, repeat, wash, rinse, repeat, wash, rinse, repeat. So I'm looking at Jordan Morgan. He's another one. Jordan Morgan, you better get in that weight room, bro. Quick
Man,
fact.
I think they'll get it addressed, though. I do feel like they'll get it addressed.
You better get on some protein. You better get on some chicken
Carnivore
breast.
diet, whatever you
Right.
need to
You
do.
better chicken
eat some
breast. You
thistle
better
beans.
weights. You better get in there and lift some weights. It can't like I get that Philly is super tough. I don't want to ever be that overmatched again.
Right.
That's
You shouldn't
you
look like you a high schooler going against a college player. Like that's what it
right.
looked like.
Better get in there and lift some damn weights, right?
There it is. There it is. Bleach Report boss, what's your last words before I get in this comment section? Get up out of here, brother.
Indeed, I
Man,
gotta check out
I'm
myself.
hoping. I'm just hoping the guy not Aaron. Jordan Love's okay, and
Yeah,
it just. I mean, I just chalk this up. Just get rid of it. Just they got a week and 2 days before
Our
against the
next game.
Colts the next game. So I just hope that it's not too serious. Just the mild ankle sprain, and it's like you don't see him getting hurt this much like this. So this when you do what happens when you pay a guy like this, you gotta protect your investment. You gotta
Right.
protect you got to
Agreed.
block better. So I think the Packers had to block better than this because it was a crap show with the Packers offensive line with passing. So hopefully everything's okay with Jordan. He had a long flight. He sleeps. He come home. Everything's okay. So I just hoping.
Appreciate it. All right, y'all. Appreciate you
Oh,
tapping in, Dr. Smith. Appreciate you tapping in, Bleach Report boss.
sir.
We get in this comment section. Get up out of here. Appreciate y'all tapping in. But before we get off, Packer fans, friends, and family, do not worry. We are a great team. And we were
Yeah, we'll be back.
playing mid and gave the Eagles, a championship caliber team, all they could handle. And we were playing on medium level, at best at medium level. So just let that rest in your mental server. So when we get the cookie, like, damn, when we was playing bad, we was hanging 29 on people. What's gonna happen when we play good? Just these are just I'm just trying to put positive vibes. What happens when we don't commit the penalties? How many points do we score? Just keep these in mind,
And,
Packers. We gave this game away. We
and
weren't
Jaden Reed
beaten.
is
We
a
gave a
problem.
game away.
And Jaden Reed is a problem.
Problem. A
He's
real
a
problem.
problem. I love what I saw from him. It's unfortunate Dontavian Wicks didn't get out of the hotel, whatever.
Right.
But Jaden Reed is a problem. So we'll see. We'll see. We'll check it out.
Yeah,
I'll
we're
talk to
gonna
you guys.
see. So I see y'all back there. We'll probably do a Bucks podcast in the middle of the week just to chop it up, y'all. But appreciate y'all tapping in.
Yes,
All right,
indeed.
Bleach
Yes.
Report boss, and then the legend, Dr. Smith. Appreciate you, bro. All right, y'all. My homie Mr. 414 said that's a nice whiskey, bro. I like the Dalmore 12-year-old. I haven't tried that, bro. I always been on the Macallan. As far as on that side of the game, the Macallan 12-year, Macallan 15-year, or the Macallan Sherry Oak. That's kind of my lane right there. The one of those three is usually my lane. The nice middle is a Sherry Oak. It got some nice flavor profiles. Uh, it's got a little bit of sweetness to it. It's dope because it's in a sherry cask that they let it the whiskey finish in. Mm. Yeah, but a 12-year dope though, bro. That 12-year smooth. The 12-year is definitely smooth. Your boy don't mess around, bro. Your boy does not mess around. Okay, appreciate it, Brandon. I'm gonna get up out of here. It's getting late, bro. Love will be all right. He tough. He'll be all right. If y'all haven't already, please hit the like button on the way out so we can make sure all straight Packers fans have a home, and that home should be here with Packers Nation, aka friends and family. Appreciate y'all tapping in. I'm Amara. This is Amara's Logic. Green Bay Packers trades, rumors, and news. Where we just got done discussing the Packers Week 1 loss against the Philadelphia Eagles in Brazil, 29-34. We committed a ton of penalties, interceptions at the wrong time, missed field goals. We lost this game. We didn't get beat. We will bounce back. We will win this championship this year. Don't worry. Like I said, we were playing mid at best, and we had a championship team on the rope. So just keep all that in mind. Positive vibes for friends and family, Bucks and Bucks Nation as well. Packer Nation. Hey, y'all know how we do it. Comment, like, subscribe, share the content. I always know y'all for new people to the channel. When I put the link in the live, that's for anybody to join so you can tap in and say your feelings about the game. You know what I'm saying? This is a platform for the people. You know what I'm saying? All friends and family. So appreciate y'all. Comment, like, subscribe. Gone. We didn't lose. We beat ourselves. The Eagles ain't better than us, y'all. I promise.